This Fever team has struggled defensively the last couple of years before you got here. How much of a focus has that been for you guys to be better on that end, and what did you like and not like about what you guys did in that game on Saturday?
I think defense has been a really big emphasis in training camp. January, she's really been honest about defense. She's really over our defensive schemes, but we've been all about helping each other out, covering, making sure we know personnel, knowing our coverages, and making sure we're on the help side, and just really tightening things up early rather than later in our season.
The WNBA absolutely put out that statement yesterday about hateful speech, and I know you tweeted about it yesterday as well. Just what were your thoughts on that and kind of what they're doing to combat that?
Yeah, I mean, I think all players in W should feel safe where they're playing. Game bridge, we're on the road. I think all players. So if they felt an investigation was warranted, I more than support that. I think they should, whatever was happened should be investigated, and the appropriate action should be taken forward if something's found. I think a lot of times people want to brush to the side, be like, oh, it was only one person, or one person is too many. If one person said something, so I think it's worth the investigation. If they find nothing, they find nothing, but if someone thinks they heard something or said something, I think it's warranted to investigate it.
You've been outspoken about these topics throughout the years. Why is that so important to just re-emphasize, not just in these moments, but positive moments as well, just in continue?
Yeah, I never want to normalize hate speech or bigotry or being part of the game, because it's not. I mean, we're at work. I know we're entertainment. For people are this is our job. I don't say anybody to go to work and face hatred or anything like that. So I think we just want to uphold a standard across the league, not just for us, but for our opponents as well. We want them to know that if they come in here, they can alert team security, usher, and anything of that nature. But for me, speaking of, it's something I've always done. Obviously, I get backlash here than the other, but that's okay to me. I'm here to speak my truth and say what I have to say.
And from a basketball standpoint, I know you talked about implementing yourself with a new team. But just get out there. Do you practice things? You go over what it could be, but just get out there and get the real reps.
We talk about stack of the day, so we're really taking it one day at a time, and literally, obviously at this point, hour by hour. So just getting out there, growing with each other, learning each other. Obviously, really early in the season, so we're not going to be perfect day one, but we know we can build every day.
What did film reveal to you about that game that you maybe didn't feel in the moment?
I think anytime you go back and watch the film, it's never as good as it seems, and it's never as bad as it seemed. There's a lot of areas that we can grow. On both ends of the floor. I felt like, again, when you go back and you watch it, our activity level on defense was good. Our execution wasn't. Offensively, I think we're taking away opportunities to put more pressure on the defense. Sometimes we're rushing to the next action that we're not putting first things first and executing the first action. So a lot of areas for growth and good opportunities for us to stir it up moving forward.
What is the balance for you of, here are the things we did well, let's talk about those, versus we stunk at this, we got to talk about this?
Yeah, I mean, we always show good things too. Well, I guess I shouldn't say always. Most of the time we show good things too, because there were some really good moments, and we want to make sure that we do balance that out. I mean, I've been a player and I've been a part of some of those film sessions where there's not a lot of great stuff, but being able to see what it can look like, how easy it can be, what really good defensive coverages look like, as well as offensively as well. So we try to go about 60-40.
Galen was saying it was like a 2-hour session today.
Yep.
Why so long, or why the extended time?
Well, part of it was not related to the game. It was more just kind of seeing practice facility, what it's going to look like, and then we went through and we went over Chicago film, and then we did some scout film for Atlanta. So it was one of those long days where you don't have a lot of time. Had a day off yesterday, so you really want to make sure we're not at the point yet where we don't need both. I don't know if we will be. So we just took a little bit more time today to work on our mental, more so than the physical.
And we put out a statement saying we're investigating alleged hateful comments that Scott players may have heard. I guess, what did you have to say in response to that, or what did you say to the team?
Yeah, first of all, we told the team that obviously we're going to cooperate fully with the investigation, but there's no place for that in our league. Whether it's at home, whether it's on the road, it doesn't matter. We want to encourage our players, our staff, to bring recognition to it in real time, if it's heard, if it's seen, or anything from that nature. But there's just no place for it in our league. I often say, it's great. Be a fan. Don't be a jerk. It's be respectful and be passionate. But it's not that hard to not be a jerk. Enjoy our game. Enjoy what these women do on a daily basis. Boo the other team. All of those things. But there's no place for it in our game.
Sophie participated in the open part of practice today. Just how is she progressing, and do you anticipate her being available for tomorrow?
She's progressing really well. You know, I think every day we see her movement. Every day we see her more confident, a little more balanced. I know Sophie wants to play tomorrow. I know she has some more tests to go through just to see if she's going to be ready. But in my mind, I want to make sure that she's 100% ready. We've got a lot of games in a short period of time. We need her on the floor. I don't want to rush it and have any setbacks. So we'll see what her testing goes through today and what the results of that are, and then meet with the training staff and talk with Sophie about a game plan.
We saw you on your game day, LeBron sending something out about Caitlin. We talked about the city coming together,
Yeah.
but how about the NBA and WNBA, two of the best players, supporting one another and watching each other's games for a game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's again just the synergy across the boards, you know, and these are players who respect one another's games, you know, who watch and who value what each other brings to the table. You know, there are very few people, you know, in the world who can kind of understand what Caitlin goes through. LeBron is one of them. You know, I think Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, you know, are other ones. And so to have support from a guy like him, and the synergy across the W and the NBA as a whole, great resources for our players to be able to communicate with, bounce things off of. But obviously, even just for us as a league, the support is huge.
How did you feel about just the game one and you finding a rhythm with everyone?
I felt good in game one. My teammates was finding me in good positions. Overall, I felt good, and the team also felt good as well.
There's a couple times where I think Caitlin missed you, or you know, whatever. Is that the perfect example of, hey, just give us some time here and we'll figure that out?
Absolutely. You know, I'm still learning Caitlin. She's still learning me. At the end of the day, we're gonna still keep building, and that passion for passing that time, we actually connected. So.
What do you like about what you all did defensively? I mean, very rare to hold the team below 30% shooting, but it looked like, at least on that part, you all were pretty connected.
Absolutely, our defense is good. That's what we harped on a lot. It's our defense, because our defense is going to help us win games. Because we could score, like we have everybody on the team that could actually score, but our defense will actually help us win games that we need to win. And I feel like we did everything that we need to do on Saturday when we played against Chicago. So.
How do you anticipate the openness of the shots you're going to get here comparing to other stops you've been in your career, just given the play style you guys have and the attention some of the other teammates have?
Sorry.
How open some of your shots might be here, or you know, the ones you like compared to other places you've been in your career, given some of the other talent that draws attention in that starting five?
I feel like open shots is going to be easy. It's not going to be hard. Because we have a good point guard, Caitlin Clark. Her IQ is amazing when it comes to passing the ball. It's going to make all of our jobs easy for each other. And at the end of the day, we're going to keep building, keep stacking.